Back with more Buffy. This is episode 5 of season 7, and very excited to carry on, see what's going to happen next. Last episode was great. I loved the kind of whole story they were telling with Cassie and kind of the inevitability of fate, and sometimes you just, you just can't stop things that, may naturally occur, or it's kind of written in the stars to happen. You can try your best to help people, but sometimes that's just not enough, and there's nothing that can be done about it. It's a interesting, quite powerful message, and broke my little heart. That was so sad, poor Cassie. But still, this season's off to a very, very strong start. I'm really loving it so far, and I'm excited to see what we're going to be focusing on next, whether it's going to be, very plot driven, because I feel like we've got a bit of foreshadowing from Cassie in the last episode for bigger things, so are we going to get more of that kind of thing? Is it going to be, a direct kind of relevance to any of that? I don't know, but we're still very early in the season, so I'm not expecting anything major just yet. But still, very excited to see what's going to happen next, so let's get into the next one.
John, I've been to college before. People may say
something. Oh, she's going back to college. Oh, that's good.
There are no hopes. Anya and I are done. I love being single.
Don't say that.
I'm a strong, successful male. She was hurt, and she just turned back to what she knew when I...
Ruined her life.
But that's
broke her heart. Killed her dreams.
I hope you're right.
Well, she turned that worm guy back before any real damage happened, right? It'll just take some time.
Tell that to that poor dog.
I think she's coming around.
Uh-oh. Not the pool table. Uh-oh. Oh my god. Oh, it's the troll guy. Bunnies! Didn't go paintballing by any chance?
I make her so happy. She sees showers.
Wonder how Drew would respond to this spike after saying how much he changed.
Now I see her.
It's you, and it's me, and we'll get through this.
Uh-oh. Oh, he imagining that.
Spike.
I did think that was a bit too good to be true.
Voila, you turned it around and they saw your finals boom, magic.
Yeah, so too, but I am so happy to see you've moved on.
Oh, this is the person who wished it.
I wish you could all feel what it's like to have your hearts ripped out.
Oh, no.
Just once.
Very poor choice of words.
Where did it go? What do you mean? Spider. Where is it now?
No, 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 no! Fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off! Oh, Jesus. Bloody spiders. We'd gone 7 seasons without a giant fucking spider. Ow! I mean, luckily it's very CG, but fuck.
God's sake, shut your whimpering mouth.
Uh-oh. I like the kind of old school movie filter they've put on this.
I don't talk to people much. I mean, I talk to them, but they don't talk to me. Except to say that your questions are irksome.
Oh.
My name is odd.
Perhaps. But Anyanka is who you are.
Oh.
What would I have to do?
Deep.
Help wronged women, punish evil men.
Vengeance.
But you also get a very wrinkly face, so...
They all deserve it.
I've had trouble even remembering. Get out.
Uh-oh.
Lemon drop.
Oh, shit.
You think I'm Get out. It's okay.
Lemon drop. Who do you think you are?
If you need anything, you holler.
I do love how dramatic she is.
You have to stop this. You're in trouble. You know it. I'm here to
Yeah.
help you.
Willow's just been through it herself.
Well, that's great, Willow. Flayed anybody lately, have you?
Oh,
How
yeah.
quickly they forget.
I haven't forgotten 1 second of it.
No. She just doesn't want you to go down the path she did.
Oh, stick.
Why would you touch
I'm
it?
a spider demon.
Oh, now stop it. Oh.
I'm more concerned with what
End credits.
She didn't tell us because she knows what I have to do.
He's trying to protect her a bit.
I have to kill Anya.
Do you? I'd rather you didn't.
There's a revolution going on outside that you're somewhat responsible for. Aren't you the type that's been interested?
Vengeance is what I am.
For
She's not
now.
the Anya that you knew, Xander.
Buffy, you want to kill Anya.
I don't want to.
Then don't. This isn't new ground for us.
Can't you just like end her contract?
People, we help them. Buffy, I still love her.
Oh.
I know.
I think you should at least try and help her first. I don't think they've really put
Willow was different.
that much into it.
She's a human.
If there's a mass murdering demon that you're, say, boning, then it's all gray area.
Spike was harmless.
Oh
He
boy.
was helping.
He had no choice.
And Anya did.
You think we haven't all seen this before? The part where you just cut us all out? Just step away from everything human and
Oh
act like
heck.
you are?
I know Annie's a soft spot for him, so.
And I put a sword through his heart because I had to.
That all worked out okay.
You
Aw.
remember cheering me on? Both of you.
I mean, that was.
Willow's message.
I get the trauma.
I never said
This is
that.
different.
It is always
It's saving the world,
different.
though, with Angel.
There's no mystical guidebook, no all-knowing council. Human rules don't apply.
There's a council, but they suck, so.
There has to be another way.
Then please find it.
As long as she's open to, like, another solution. That's all I ask. The Slayer is a burden. I'd be like, hey, just, like, skip me and go to the next one.
I can't. I'm sorry.
She wouldn't want it to happen to herself, would she, so.
Beatimus.
Oh shit.
Sitin.
Oh god.
Nomina. Dahafranis.
Oh, you're summering him, okay. I do like how they kind of linked Anya and Willow like, earlier this season, and now she's kind of trying to save Anya.
The flaying of Warren Mears truly inspired. That was water cooler vengeance. Yes, Lloyd has a sketch of it on his wall.
It's not me anymore.
Is that right?
See, the fact that she's really struggling with this is, I think,
I might find you here.
why they shouldn't kill her.
Buffy's coming to kill you.
She's coming to try.
Did everybody have their crazy flakes today?
Whew.
You guys are friends. How could you talk like this?
Get out of my way, Xander.
No.
Get out of her way, Xander.
Oh, let's not fight, shall we? Oh dear. Oh. I mean, I won't kill her, will it? Oh my god!
Mr. Xander Harris.
Oh my god! We're getting into the song!
The world outside. I will be his missus.
About that.
Mrs. Anya, Christina, Emanuela Jenkins. Harris.
Oh, it's so sad, you know, how excited she was.
Point of loving. I'll show him what bliss is. Welcome him with kisses. Cause this is our missus and this is her man.
Aww.
My Xander and he's awfully swell. It makes financial sense as well. Although I'll never tell, just stand aside.
I never tell. Oh god. Oh god. Oh. Oh heck.
Stop trying to save me, Xander.
Woo! Hello.
But I'm not sure if anyone's bothered to find out what Anyanka herself really wants.
Her name is Anya.
Actually, funny historical sidebar, her original name was...
Take it back.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Oh.
I want to take it back. I want to undo what I did.
The fates require a sacrifice. The life and soul of a vengeance demon.
Fuck.
Do it. Not even sure there's a me to help.
But we
understand
can try
this.
to help.
Do it.
You're
No!
This is your wish.
Anya.
Oh!
Who did you think you were dealing with? Hold him back, Slayer.
Oh.
Wouldn't want anyone to get hurt.
I prefer it when he's used for comedic purposes.
They will all...
You should have killed me.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. From beneath you, it devours. Be patient. All good
Oh.
things in time.
Yay?
I've just clung to whatever came along.
Well, speaking as a clingy, kind of didn't mind.
Until the wedding day.
What if I'm really nobody?
Oh.
Don't be a dump.
I'm a dope.
Oh. You are precious. Opposite directions. That bodes well thematically, doesn't it? Okay, that was an awesome episode. I really, really loved that one. Potentially my favourite of the season so far. Definitely up there. I loved how it was Anya-centric and lots of focusing on her, and the flashbacks were so cool. I liked seeing her, used to be Aud, I think was her original name. Seeing her and Olaf, the fact that they had Olaf back in it, and you saw him become a troll and everything. That was really cool. Nice little throwback there to, that's season 5? I think it was season 5. So that was really cool. I love that bit of continuity, actually getting to see that and see what Anya was kind of like way back when, you know, she was originally human, and the fact that people seemed to find her annoying, or she didn't, you know, not a lot of people really talked to her, which is kind of sad. And then, boy oh boy, did she come out of her shell, it would seem, when she kind of turned him into a troll, and then D'Hoffryn got involved, and the rest is history. Here we are. So I loved the focus on Anya, and those flashbacks were really interesting. We got another song. That was a really nice surprise. I love that whole section, and just filling in some gaps we didn't even necessarily need for Anya's backstory. I didn't realise how much I wanted it until like the episode started happening and started showing those flashbacks. So that was awesome that we really got to see, you know, all the elements of who she used to be, leading up to, you know, when we first met her in The Wish. So that was awesome, and the song was really sad when you kind of know where things are going, you know, in kind of retrospect. It was quite cool. And how it kind of balances out the I'll Never Tell duet in Once More Feeling as well, and the fact that she's just so excited for it, that all the flaws she sings about in I'll Never Tell really don't matter, because, you know, she's kind of all about that Xander life, and then it all goes horribly wrong, and that's just very, very sad, really. But I love that whole kind of sequence, and the fact that they returned to that time period of Once More Feeling where people were singing. We had like the mustard guy in the background, which is a nice little touch. So really well kind of placed flashbacks, and they didn't go like all in with it and have like half the episode be flashbacks. I think that probably would have been a bit much, especially when there's a lot of heavy stuff going on in the present that I'm really glad they had a lot more focus on with like Anya, and, you know, should we kill her, should we not, that whole debate going on. And yeah, flashbacks to her and Halfric together, and the fact that she was kind of saying, you know, vengeance is who I am. And it's funny seeing that where Halfric was kind of like, you know, you can have a bit of a life as well, it's not all work, work, work. And then you cut to like more recent scenes with those two. She's like, you need to be better at this whole work thing. So I kind of like that kind of contrast. And a lot of this episode was kind of trying to explore, I think, who Anya could be, that kind of thing. I think D'Hoffryn said it in one of the flashbacks. You know, Aud is your name or whatever, but Anyanka is who you are, or who you could be, who you really are. And over time and development and falling for Xander, getting, you know, mixed up with the Scoobies and all that kind of stuff, we've kind of seen her become someone else entirely, and she's not Anya anymore, she's just Anya, and this is who she is now. Even if Anya very clearly is scared that she's a nobody, and she doesn't really know maybe a lot about who she is, now she's completely free of the vengeance demon life again. That's kind of it, hopefully it for her. She's just like mortal again. The fact that she's clearly said to Xander, you know, she's scared of being a nobody, you know, what if I am just no one? The fact that she still chose that in order to bring those people she killed back, I think says a lot about her character and how much she's grown and changed, and why Buffy shouldn't have tried to kill her. I get it, you know, I get the Buffy's duty and the fact that she was slaughtering people, so I don't blame Buffy for wanting that point of view. I don't blame Xander for trying to defend the woman he's clearly still in love with. You know, with Willow, she was going through a very similar thing, probably even more of a thing at the end of last season with the whole Dark Willow thing. And they didn't really have a sit-down discussion like, oh, we should probably kill her. You know, Buffy was never like, well, I'm going to have to actively try and kill her now. Whereas she did with Anya here, and she compared it to Angel, and I was like, well, you have to kill Angel to save the world, you know. This was just like a more personal thing, but again, Buffy's very traumatised by that whole ordeal with killing Angel and stuff, so you can understand it. I can see all the different sides of how things worked out, and because Willow went through all that, and she kind of came out the other side of it, she's a bit saved. Obviously there's still a work in progress, she's far from perfect, because no one is, and she had that moment where she used some magic on the spider demon, she kind of snapped at that other girl, her eyes were black and everything, so she's still kind of a work in progress in terms of that, and I'm glad it's not just like, oh yeah, I'm better now, I had some time in Giles, I'm better now, because I don't think that's as interesting, you know, it's still very much, she's going to be kind of in this state, I think, potentially for the rest of her life, trying to move forward. Especially if she's still going to use magic and be involved in this world, like the Slayer and stuff. She can't just completely go like cold turkey and turn her back on it forever, because I think magic's always going to be a part of her, because she sees so much of that as part of who she is, and that a lot of her worth over the past few years she's kind of found in her ability to do magic, and I think she's scared of being a nobody without that, much like Anya's scared. So I like how Anya and Willow have very much been linked in terms of their little journeys, and they did it at the start of the season, and now back here, Willow wanted to save Anya from going down the road that she went down at the end of last season, so that was really nice, and trying to see her come to defence and not go with Buffy to like hunt her down and kill Anya. She was like, I'm sorry, I can't do that. She doesn't want to be responsible for that, but she also respects Buffy's duty as a Slayer, so she didn't actively be like, stop, I'm not going to let you go. And Xander did try to stop her, but you know, he still loves Anya. It's a very complicated situation, and I hope those two can work it out. I don't know. I'd be sad if that really is the end for them, but it was pretty symbolic, I think, them kind of coming to some sort of peace at the end of the episode, then turning and walking away in opposite directions, kind of like their lives are just a bit separate now, and I'm glad Anya's not dead, that's for sure. I mean, sorry about it, Halfrick, but, you know, you were just kind of there. But that was pretty brutal of D'Hoffman. It was interesting seeing that really brutal, evil-esque side to him, because so much he's been used, particularly recently, as like comic relief for a lot of his kind of appearances. He's very like light-hearted and stuff. Even for most of this episode he was. Then that turn, as soon as like someone wants to leave the vengeance demon life, it's like, fine, I'm going to kill your vengeance demon friend. But it did bring back the guys, and you know, one less vengeance demon, well, two less vengeance demons, I suppose. Is that necessarily a bad thing? Because they go 200% with their vengeance. And I think Anya was kind of lying to herself earlier when she was like, they got what they deserved, because she wanted to undo it, so clearly she didn't really think that. And I like them kind of showcasing Anya's development in that sense, how far she's come from the wish, even from the flashbacks we got in this episode to now, how much humanity she's kind of gained, and clearly that's a good thing, and she's gained some good from it because it's allowed her to kind of make those decisions. As Buffy said, you know, she chose to become a vengeance demon again, but Xander was right, you know, he kind of really fucked her up, I guess, in that moment. She was upset, and of course she's going to lean back to what she knows best, because she thought she knew what was coming in her life with this wedding to Xander and everything. Suddenly that was gone, and the only thing that she had left that she knew was the wedding and stuff, the vengeance demon kind of life. So yeah, I really like how that kind of story all played out. I thought it was Very, very well done, and I'm glad she's still around. I don't know exactly what role she may have. I hope she kind of comes back to the Scoobies eventually, but maybe she just needs to find herself a bit more before she can find her role in the group. Maybe she needs to find a bit more of herself. And all the power to her. I'm glad she's not dead. I really like the focus on her a lot in this episode. We don't get many like solely Anya-centric ones in this way, so I'm glad we got this. It was so well done, and Anya's such a fantastic character, so it was great that they could explore some more funny moments. She had some funny lines, but also the dramatic stuff with that shot of her near the start where she just killed all of them while watched the summon the spider demon that killed all of them, and she was just there like completely shaken by it. Really good stuff. I liked all that a lot. And yeah, the spider demon, cool little design. They were, when it first appeared, I was like, oh god, that's really gross and creepy. You know, when it first kind of came into shot, but CGI being what it was, you get over that very quickly. And I like how they were bigging it up, and Buffy just like whoop, killed it because this was Anya's episode. The demon had done its bit. We needed the instigator of Anya summoning it, but after that, it can die. And they talk about, could it maybe have like spawned other ones and stuff? Nope, because this is about Anya, so I enjoyed that a lot. And Anya's song, she kind of talked about losing your heart or losing her heart or something like that, which ultimately in a way happened to her, and the fact that all the people that died in this episode, they had their hearts taken away and they lost their hearts. So I kind of liked that link. I thought that was kind of sweetly morbid in a nice Whedon kind of way. And another very brief kind of Spike scene where you thought Buffy was being really supportive of him. Something about it was seemed like, oh, this is sudden. It was like Spike was still a bit like not quite there in the last episode. Suddenly he seems quite fine, and he knows and he's very aware of what he's going through and what's happening to him. And Buffy was like, oh, we'll get through this. So I loved that kind of moment where that was just another one of his hallucinations, and Buffy was like, yeah, you've got a soul, okay, prove it. But he's still not in the best of ways and shapes, so it's still an ongoing journey, I think, with Buffy to kind of find that. But there's obviously still some care there for Spike from Buffy's side, because she wants him to get out of that basement. He doesn't really have anywhere to go. He doesn't have a place, much like Anya felt like she doesn't have a place, or she doesn't know who she is. So I'm hoping that's going to be a journey, I think, for both of them this season, to kind of find that place and find exactly where they belong, whether it's with the Scoobies again or not. But as long as Anya continues to get a lot of focus, I'll be over the moon. And I would like to see her and Xander kind of patch things up later on down the line, but I'm really not sure if that's going to be where it is. But it was nice after season 6 to see people have all these arguments and disagreements and stuff, but it wasn't so like all dark and depressing. And this is the kind of angst and characters fighting with each other that I think you can stomach a bit better, because a lot of the people last season, they weren't understanding each other and understanding their reasons, but I feel like everyone still respected everyone's reasons for doing what they did in this episode. So they've come away from season 6 for sure, and season 6 was a lot of arguments, disagreeing, darkness, but like every single episode. And I feel like this is a nice break from that and a different way of doing it. It was a bit more lighthearted that I enjoyed, even though lots of people died, but a lot of them survived in the end, so that's good. But sorry about it, Halfrook. Interesting enough character. I feel like I wish they kind of lent into the potentially her being Cecily thing more. They never really addressed that again, and now boom. But I think that's going to be another kind of guilty thing that Anya's going to struggle with, the fact that that happened to Halfrick when she thought she was giving up her own life, which again shows how far she's come and how much she's grown and developed and what a genuinely good person she's capable of being. And she just needs to work on herself, much like Willow still does. There's a lot of kind of work for both of those two. So really cool kind of message behind that, and I loved everything about this episode. It was so good. The flashbacks were amazing. The focus on Anya was great. I'm glad they finally addressed that kind of thing. Still an ongoing thing with Spike. Spider demons were gross and creepy, but also not the best CGI, so I kind of got over that. But an interesting kind of thing for them to do. I like the continuing links with Anya and Willow going back to college and everything was so wholesome and sweet. I'm glad she's kind of, again, getting her life back on track. just as Anya's was threatening to go off the rails, but they've kind of found that middle ground again. I really liked that final little scene with Xander and Anya. I think they found a sense of peace that I liked, and the ongoing debate, you know, should we kill Anya, should we not, was, I thought, very engaging, and I could see everyone's side to it, which I think always will make it a more interesting kind of thing to delve into. So loved everything with that, and just a fantastic episode. Yeah, really adored this one, and I look forward to seeing what's going to be happening with the rest of the season. My next reaction will be to episode 6 of Buffy, so yeah, excited to see what on earth they have up our sleeves next. Hopefully no more giant spider demon-y things, because they can get in the bin, but we'll have to wait and see. But awesome episode, really loved it. Potentially my favourite of the season so far, and I can't wait for more. But until my next reaction, thanks for watching.